Welcome to Jersey Line. Pat O'Melia here, off another very mediocre week of football picks. I am like the Grim Reaper for quarterbacks. I pick a team, their quarterback goes. We lost Sam with the Jets, Drew Brees with the New Orleans Saints. Eli, bench. Tell you what, keep in mind, New Orleans is going to need a quarterback for the next 6 to 8 weeks with Brees out with the thumb injury. There's Eli. And they're from the New Orleans area. Remember, his father, Archie, New Orleans Saints. I don't have my coffee today. I'm drinking my Powerade. I switch off. Powerade, Gatorade, which is ever 88 cents at ShopRite. That's what I get. I remember the football picks. Bet what you can afford. Don't bet over your head. Bet with me. You'll never be rich. That's for damn sure. All right, let's start the cards. All right, Thursday night. Tennessee, who was my lock of the week last week, which we did not lock in, is at Jacksonville. I'm taking Tennessee -1.5. Green Bay, which I did win on last week, is at home versus Denver. Denver played pretty tough, but they lost it. They were in Chicago, right? Yeah, Chicago they lost it. I'm taking Green Bay -8. Aaron Rodgers is on the beam. 1 o'clock game. All these are 1 o'clock, except for the Thursday night one, of course. We got the Eagles at home versus the Detroit Lions, who upset me by winning. I was betting against them last week, and I will do the same this week with the former Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, -7. And we got the Eagles are at home, -7. KC, who I did manage to win with last week, look kind of precarious there in the beginning with Oakland. Oakland was up 10-zip. Then Mahomes came and put on like a 40 burger on them. I'm going to take KC again versus Baltimore. KC's at home. KC -6.5. The Buffalodians, they're home against Cincinnati. Cincinnati is a tough schedule. They're just on the cups. And they got a new head coach there. They've been covering. So I'm going to, and it's my lock of the week. I'm taking Cincinnati -6 at Buffalo. Indianapolis, another team that upset me last week with a backup quarterback. They're home versus Atlanta, who is another team that upset me last week. Matty Ice, he reappeared last week. I'm going to take Atlanta at Indianapolis +2.5. Minnesota. I'm going to take them this week. I won against them last week. Minnesota's home versus the Oakland Raiders. The Oakland Raiders are falling back into the Oakland Raiders. I'm going to take Minnesota at home -2 versus the Raiders. Another 1 p.m. game. New Orleans, who put a spanking on the tanking Dolphins. They're versus the Jets. They're at home against the Jetsies. The Jetsies are out of quarterbacks. Sam's got a couple more weeks. Trevor Siemian, he is out for the season with an injury. The kid who filled in, Falk is his name? He went 20 for 25. Your kid he's accurate. I don't think the Jets are going to get spanked like Miami. They're not in tank mode. Jets are getting 22.5 points. I'm taking the Jets, getting 22.5. Another 1 o'clock game is Dallas at home versus the tanking Miami Dolphins. I'm taking Dallas -21 points. Dallas is at home. I would probably take Dallas if it was -41 points. Take Dallas -21. It's not even like an NFL team. Plus, they just traded their best defensive back to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh should be looking for a quarterback right now, but they've got a defensive back. 4 p.m. games. We got Tampa Bay at home versus my Giants. Giants are now going to go with Jones. Eli has been benched. Problem is, Eli doesn't play defense. He is not the problem with the Giants. But I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home -6.5. 4 o'clock game, Carolina at Arizona. I'm not on the Arizona bandwagon. I'm going to take Carolina -2. If it was a big enough spread, might have won with Arizona, but they need big spreads to win. 4 o'clock game, you got the Seattle Seahawks versus New Orleans. This should be a premier game if Drew Brees is there. Right now, Teddy Bridgewater is starting for New Orleans. Remember, he was good with Minnesota, had a horrible knee injury. He was with the Jets for a while. Jets probably thinking right now, we should have kept Teddy Bridgewater. But I'm going to go with Cincinnati, a very reliable team, minus 4.5 in their home. So, now, excuse me, Seattle, home, minus 4.5. 4 o'clock game, the Jekyll and Hyde Chargers. They're at home versus Houston. I'm going to go with the Chargers, minus 3 points. 4 o'clock game, San Francisco 49ers are home versus the Big Benless Pittsburgh Steelers. Big Ben is out for the year. You've seen the throw. He just pulled the ligaments right in his elbow. Wasn't even hit, just a bad throw. You see sometimes with baseball pitchers. But I'm still going to take Pittsburgh, who is, by definition, a very solid team against a rebuilding 49ers. And I'm taking Pittsburgh, and I'm getting 6.5 points. The 8 o'clock game is the Rams at Cleveland. You know what? If the Jets had any kind of coaching, you got Bell there, the running back. Give Bell the ball. But the third string kid came in. The kid could throw with the Jets, and they didn't get run out of the building. The Rams are a different story. They're going to run Cleveland out of their own building. Take the Rams, minus 3. And the Monday night game, Chicago Bears, Trubisky pulled one out, I should say, or pulled one off. He's got to take it that next step. This is the game to do it. He's at Washington. Washington is dysfunctional, like everything else in Washington, dysfunction. I'm going to take Chicago, minus 4. Remember, bet with your head, bet with me. Let's see how we do. Good luck. Talk to you next week. Good night.